Hi everyone, today's story is coaching called word search. So keep in mind build a character board and string word. We want to return true if that word exists in world, and otherwise we want to return false. Okay, so let's take example one. Example one here we have word equal A, B, C, C, E, D. Let's say we start at A, then go to this one by B, then go to C, go to this C, and get E and D and N. So this means this word exists in this string, in this form, so we have to return true, right? Okay, I think the problem description quite straightforward. Next thing to uh, think about how to solve this problem, right? If you watch my previous tutorial question, you will know I prefer the default search approach. So in default search approach, we'll start at the specific cell, then we'll traverse all the way to the end until we find the target. Let's say we are starting at this A, right? And then next thing to check neighbors. You see the element in the string is B, so when you search B is neighbors, so top neighbor no, left neighbor no, bottom neighbor no, and right neighbor yes, right? But before moving from A to B, the first thing to set A to this sign to avoid revisited A while at B, right? So now we have moved to B. Next thing to check B's neighbors. So you see third element in this string C is 1 to 5. And if C exists with neighbors, so this one no, this one no, this one no, but this one yes, right? So this means we move from B to C. And before that, let's set B also to this sign to avoid revisit. And now we have moved to B to C. To see C's next element should be C, right? So I want to search C in this C neighbor. And this element no, this element no, but this element yes, right? From this C to this C, but before that, let's set this C to this side. Okay. Next, we repeat all this process. We get from C to E, and finally we get E to D. If we get from E to D, this means we have traversed the entire world in this 2D grid, right? And the only thing we want to do is to return true. Okay, now finish the quick graphical explanation. The next thing is to write code, right? The code is a bit long. I will try to explain the code while writing. Okay, so first let's write the main function. In this kind of tutorial problem, we have already traversed all the cells in the tutorial, right? So let's use this double for loop in Python. And let's say call the help function, which I will write later. We'll pass in this variable and initialize word index as 0 because for any word, we are starting as the beginning element in the string. We pass all these variables and let's say passing I, which is row, the J is which column. The help function tells us it's true and we return true. But if we go through this entire message for loop, we don't find the word, then we have to return false. Okay, now finish the main function. Let's write the help function now. So just copy paste these variables in help function. Okay, the first thing to consider help function is we have actual finish word, right? So in that case, we immediately return true. In the other conjugate you consider with are out of bounds. In that case, we want to return false. We change it to true. And the final corner case you consider if we have value mismatch, right? So for example, we are searching B, but the grid give us C, so this is value mismatch. We have to return false. Okay, now which corner cases we can actually think about the main body. So main body, you see the first thing is to mark specific cell activated, so we want repeated in the future. And once we mark that specific cell activated, we can safely check neighbors. Is top, bottom, left, right neighbor, right? And once we check neighbors, we can mark the cell back to original value, mark the virtual well, and we okay, now finish the helper function, the coding comment, we can actually write code. So let's quickly write code. If the length of word is equal to what, this means we have finished. We can return true. if the I and j is not in proper range, this means outbound. So we have to return false. Okay. If therefore I j is not word that word index, this means this is not letter we are binding, so we also report. Okay. And to mark widgets, so you see the board ij in the C mark use this value, but you can also use another non-numerical value. Maybe it should be called your help function, and we just pass these variables, right? Oh, sorry. Okay. And the word index word is +1 by checking the next letter in the word. Now finish that. So let's copy paste here to save time and leave outside indentation. So use all here. And you see first we are checking the top neighbor. So top neighbor should I -1, and then bottom neighbor I +1. The left neighbor should be j -1. The right neighbor should be j +1. And just create this now. Okay. Now we should check the neighbors. We can mark both ij to this original value. And you see the original value is word and word index, right? Once we should mark the original value, we can return our neighbors. Let's see the code to see it works. Okay, you see the time capacity and memory usage of this solution quite efficient, right? And I think although the coding part is long, the logic is easy to understand. Okay, if you like this video, please subscribe to my channel. Let's see you next time. Thank you.